Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time of visiting this channel, I'd like you to hit the subscribe button and smash the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video you will get notified as soon as possible. So last week, if you watched my analysis, alright, if you took critical note of whatever pair I analyzed, last week, I'm very sure it was a profitable week for you if you really paid attention to my analysis, because all the pairs we analyze, most especially with the JPY pairs, it really went as planned. Alright, my expectations so far as all the pairs I analyze are concerned met. So that is just that for last week. Alright, so going into this week, I would like us to look at these pairs. Alright, these are the pairs I normally trade. Alright, these are the pairs I trade. So I would like us to look at these pairs and then see what this week has for us. Alright, so first of all, let's begin with the dollar index. Alright, so just as we can see here, I'm really seeing the concept of the power of three in play. Alright, so power of three, we have accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Alright, so we saw this accumulation happened last year, December. Alright, last December, that is December 2020. This happened as the accumulation, and then we've seen the manipulation happening, alright, to the downside. So the next thing for us to see is the distribution. So going into this week, I'm really expecting to see some bullishness in the dollar index. Alright, I'm expecting the dollar index to move to the upside. I'm expecting some bullishness in the dollar index. I'm expecting it to move to the upside. Alright, with the concept of the power of three. So that is that for the dollar index. Let's look at what is happening on AUDUSD. Alright, so if I'm expecting the dollar index to move to the upside, then literally I should expect the AUDUSD to move to the downside. Alright, because the dollar index and the AUDUSD are negatively correlated. Alright, so if I'm expecting the dollar index to be bullish, AUDUSD on the normal should be bearish. Alright, so just as we can see here, we've seen a break in market structure. Alright, so we've seen price breaking structure. You've seen price breaking structure, leaving this other block we are seeing here. So going into this week, I'm expecting price to come back to retest this other block, then we see a shift to the downside, clearing all these sell stops. So that is my expectation going into this week so far as the AUDUSD is concerned. Alright, so let's look at what is happening on AUDJPY. Let's look at what is happening on. So last week this pair you see the way I'm laughing. Those of you in my VIP channel will understand why I'm laughing so far as this pair is concerned, because it's really played us. This pair really played us. Alright, because last week we were expecting some sales, so we entered this market on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're holding this pair. Alright, expecting that this pair will move to the downside. Alright, so Thursday evening, looking at how this pair was reacting Thursday evening, I realized that what came in mind was that looking at the way this pair is reacting, it seems it's not ready to move to the downside. Alright, so during that time too, we had other pairs that were in deep profit, that were really in deep profit, and those pairs were no other pairs than some other JPY pairs. So I didn't understand why the AUDJPY was still in consolidation. Alright, so I instructed my VIP subscribers just to close the trade. Alright, because at the end of the day, we wouldn't want this trade to mess up those trades that are in deep profit. And this is what happened. All right, that is during Friday Asia session. This massive bullish bearish run happened Friday Asia session. So you can notice how this pair really played out. But I mean, it's all good. I mean, it happens. All right, these are some of the things that you are likely to come across as you gain experience in this industry. And I mean, once it happens, it happens. You just forget about it and then move on, because there's a lot of opportunities that is coming. All right, perhaps this is just the beginning of the year. We are still in January. All right, yeah, we haven't gotten anywhere so far as the year 2022 is concerned. So there is lots of opportunities are coming. All right, so things like this, you just have to forget about it and then what, you move on. All right, it should serve as a mode of experience for you. Okay, yeah. So that is that for AUDJPY. So going into this week, I'm still bearish on this pair. Yeah, I'm still bearish on this pair. I'm actually expecting this pair to bounce off either from this bullish candle we are seeing here, or to get into this low and then we see a sell-off. All right, so I'll first of all observe how price is going to react. All right, and I mean the day of the week too as well will be very important for me. All right, yes, so I'll just take that into consideration and all that when the price gets to this candle. All right, and I'll see how it's going to react, then I'll take my decision. All right, if it doesn't sell off here, it's going to sell off here. All right, so either this place, this candle, or this candle. So that is my expectation so far as AUDJPY is concerned. Let's look at what is happening on NZDJPY. Yes, so NZDJPY last week we banked some profit. All right, yes, I posted a signal in my free community. Yes, and I'm sure if you're in my free community, you didn't miss this, because we smashed a lot of pips. All right, yes, took a lot of pips so far as this pair is concerned. Last week I posted just 2 signals. All right, just 2 signals in my community. All right, I posted 3. Okay, I posted 1 signal in my free community and I posted 2 signals in my VIP community. All right, fortunately one of the pairs, that was AUDJPY, didn't go as planned. All right, but hey, it was we just lost some few pips. All right, yes, and then I mean, out of these pairs, these few pairs I posted, that is 1 in my free community and then 1 in my VIP. I mean, those in my VIP and those in my free community as well can really testify the number of pips we were able to grab. All right, just 2 pips, just 2 pairs, we were able to get about 400 plus pips out of 2 pairs. All right, so that tells you the performance or how things are going in my channel. All right, that tells you how things are going in my Telegram channel. So if you're not part of my Telegram channel, please check the description box below. The link is there, just hit on it and then be part of my Telegram channel, because day in day out we are smashing the market left, right, center. Yeah, so I mean, you wouldn't want to miss. If you're not in my VIP, to just endeavor to join, you are missing. All right, because I mean, we've just started the year. All right, we've just started the year, and within 2 weeks we've been able to catch 900 plus pips. Yeah, those in my Telegram community will testify that within 2 weeks of trading we've taken, or we've banked 900 plus pips from the market. All right, we are in January and we haven't gotten anywhere, so that should tell you what is coming. So if you're not in my VIP channel, just join. All right, yes. So that is that for NZDJPY. So going into next week, I'm looking for sales. All right, yes. So I'll just wait for price to retrace. All right, yes, I'll wait for price to retrace into this other block you're seeing here. Yes, it broke it. So once it broke it, we expect that it will just come back to retest it and then move to the downside. And look at this. Look at this. This is just where the other block is. All right, is just about 50% of this liquidity void we are seeing here. So it makes sense. All right, yes, it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm really expecting price to move into that zone, at least fill 50% of this liquidity void into this other block we are seeing here, and then we see a shift to the downside. All right, yes, so that is my expectation going into this week so far as NZDJPY is concerned. All right, yeah, so let's look at what is happening on CADJPY. So CADJPY to similar approach. All right, because I mean they are all JPY pairs. All right, and I mean so far as the JPY is concerned, I've seen some bullish momentum coming up. All right, yes, the JPY has been weak for long. Yes, the JPY has been weak for long, and so it's just now that I'm seeing some form of bullish momentum coming up in the JPY. Yeah, so I'm actually expecting to see some bearishness, JPY pairs. Yeah, I'm actually to expect to see some bearishness. All right, so for CADJPY, I'm expecting price to retrace to this low. Yes, I'm expecting price to retrace to this low, and then we see a shift to the downside. Yes, so going into this week, I'll be looking for selling opportunities so far as CADJPY is concerned. All right, and I mean all the JPY pairs, that is how I'm going to approach it. All right, all the JPY pairs, that is how I'm going to approach it. And let's look at what is happening also on GBPJPY. All right, I spoke about this pair last week if you watched my analysis. All right, and I mean I was targeting this low. This is where I wanted price to break, and I mean it did exactly that. All right, so at the moment I'm just expecting price to retrace back into the zone, and then I'll see a reversal to the downside. All right, yeah, so that is my expectation so far as GBPJPY is concerned. Let's look at what is happening on EURJPY. So as we can see on EURJPY, this is what is happening. All right, we've seen some sell stops being cleared, breaking the market structure. All right, so I'll take these candles as my breaker block. All right, so going into this week, I'm expecting that price will retrace back into these breaker blocks, and then we see a continuation to the upside, clearing all these liquidity we are seeing here. All right, yeah, so that is my expectation so far as EURJPY is concerned. All right, let's look at what is happening on EURJPY. Yes, yeah, so that is for EURJPY. That is for EURJPY. So last week we were in profit. All right, yes, we banked some profits in my VIP channel, so that so far as this pair is concerned. All right, so going into this week, I'm expecting that price is going to retrace back into the zone, and then we see a continuation to the downside. All right, so I'm really bearish on this pair too as well. Let's look at what is happening on NZDUSD. All right, yeah, so just as we discussed, or just as I said on AUDUSD, my expectation to go on NZDUSD is still the same. Why? Because AUDUSD and NZDUSD are positive correlated pairs. All right, so when I say positive correlated, or when I say correlation simply means two or more pairs that moves in the same direction. All right, looking out for pairs that moves in the same direction. So that moves, yeah, that has a similar direction. You get it? Similar or opposite in direction. Do you get it? Yes. So for AUDUSD and then NZDUSD is a positively correlated pairs. That means that they all move in the same direction. All right, yes, for AUDUSD and then NZDUSD are positive correlated pairs. All right, and negative correlated pairs too are pairs that moves in the opposite direction. All right, so that means when one pair is moving to the upside, you should expect the other pair to move to the downside. All right, here, so that is it for correlation. All right, so I'm expecting the same approach for NZDUSD. All right, I'm expecting price to retrace into this other block, and then we see a further move to the downside. All right, yeah, so that is my expectation so far as NZDUSD is concerned, yeah, so I'm really expecting price to retest and then move to the downside, clearing all this liquidity in here, and then probably fill this liquidity void we are seeing here. Yeah, fill this liquidity void we are seeing here. So that is my expectation so far as NZDUSD is concerned. Let's look at what is happening on USD CAD. All right, yes. So USD CAD and a dollar index are positively correlated. All right, yes. So as I'm expecting to see bullishness in the dollar index, I'm also expecting to see bullishness in USD CAD. All right, yes. So I'm expecting price to come back and then retest within the zone, yes, and then I see continuation to the upside. All right, so that is also my expectation so far as USD CAD is concerned. All right, yes. So that is that going into this week. That is my expectation for this week. And please, if you haven't subscribed, please do me that favor, all right, by hitting the subscribe button and smash the notification bell. If you're not part of my Telegram channel too, check the link in the description box below. All right, yes, and then hit on the link and be part of my community. There's a lot of opportunities coming. All right, so far as the year 2022 is concerned. All right, so you wouldn't want to miss. All right, you wouldn't want to miss. I wish you all a good luck and good trading, and don't forget to use proper risk management. All right, don't forget to use proper risk management. I always advise my Telegram community members that if you really want to see consistency in your profitability so far as this industry is concerned, just be conscious about your risk management. All right, it is not how much you make. I always say that it is not how much you make in the industry or how much you make in the market, but it is how you manage your capital. All right, that is going to ensure your consistency. All right, it is all about consistency. The most important thing in this industry is consistency. All right, once you have that consistency, making profit long term in this industry is not something so difficult. Yes, so just manage your risk. That is what should be important to you, not the profit. All right, manage your risk, and then the profit will take care of itself. All right, so that is that for this week. I wish you all good luck and good trading. I'll come your way again another time.